Yeah. Yeah. Hold up, it ain't easy breaking away or being a great. They slamming the door.
Originally opened in 1995 as Jacksonville Municipal Stadium when this franchise entered the NFL. We welcome you to Jacksonville and TIAA Bank Field. Today, it's a Week 9 matchup set to go here between the Las Vegas Raiders and the Jacksonville Jaguars. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9?
This one taken just inside the 10.
No, take it to the house.
I'm ready.
And they'll run it. This is James Robinson.
And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at second down.
Well, this defense for the Raiders, they were very good last week in the win over New Orleans.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped.
Lawrence finding Kirk there for the Jaguar first.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Lawrence. And he fires one incomplete.
The Jaguars at 0-8 now on the year. And you'd like to say, let's put the first half behind us and start over, but it's likely not going to be that easy.
It never is it? Because a lot of people say, look forward, let's go ahead and start rebuilding, let's think about the draft and free agency. But you have a bunch of people in that locker room that are saying, don't give up on us now. We still have our pride, and we still have a chance to win some games.
Lawrence going to keep it again.
And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. They'll wind up getting 3 on the keeper there, but it leads to a 3rd down.
And if you like defensive football, focus on the defensive end on this play. He does everything exactly right. Reads the play and make sure he spills it for a small gain.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. On 3rd down, Lawrence.
And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. On 4th down, on is Logan Cook to punt. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here.
Abdullah to return.
We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Raider drive will start from deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10.
Now the 4th-round pick out of Georgia, Zamir White.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Now a play fake. Carr. Looking deep for Adams. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete.
And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
And
Every defensive staff harps on limiting explosive plays. Job not so well done there.
Yeah, they talk about it all the time. A lot harder to stop, though, isn't it? And when you think of an explosive play, most offensive staffs define them as passes of 20 or more yards and runs of 15 or more yards.
They went zooming past that number there. So how about this for a change in field position? From inside the 10, here's first down on the other side of the field. White running to the left. Room here to run. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Zamir White with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Raiders are on the board first here this afternoon. And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. From the 10. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. Well, they come into this one with an 0-8 record. The playoffs obviously out the window weeks ago. For now, their season boils down really to one question. How do we come up with that first win?
It's a great question, and I do think that they'll get it because they've been close a few times. But in order to get it done, morale has to stay high, so a lot of that goes on the coaching staff. You know, easy to coach when you're 7-1. That's a piece of cake. But with their record right now, how do they manage to keep these guys going in the right direction? And they're going to need some help from some of those veterans in the locker room as well.
So the completion good for just 3. And it'll be second down. When you think about the strong safety position, you know, they're the more bulkier guys in the free safety, but that time great athleticism to hustle in and break up that play. 2nd and 7, operating from the 34. And Lawrence going to take it himself. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. We're backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. Now Lawrence. And able to find Kirk complete. And he will have a Jaguars first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
Here's the second-year man from Clemson, Travis Etienne. And they'll get him down here at about the 42. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Etienne once more. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
From the gun, it's Lawrence. And the Raiders have got him. Max Crosby blowing up the play and getting the sack. Here's Logan Cook now to punt this one away. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left. We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves them with 3rd and 5.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
And the Jags, Charles, I think they're in the dime here.
Covering a lot of field.
Now Carr. He finds his man Johnson.
Finding space at the 40. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
That's a gain of nearly 40 yards on 3rd and medium to pick up the first. 6-0 our score after one. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. On play action, it's Carr. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick.
And the Jaguars are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Well, that one was in the air for an agonizingly long time.
Just begging to be picked off, wasn't it? It's one thing if you're throwing a ball like that, trying to throw someone open or lead them into an area. But that ball needed to be thrown with a lot more conviction. As a result, it's an easy interception.
Throwing now, Lawrence on 1st down.
Caught on the right side by Jones. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
2nd down and a run by Robinson.
And only able to get 2 here, stopped at the 30.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Now whistles here, and I believe one of the Jaguar linemen might have moved. The Jaguars on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5.
Lawrence will throw.
Pryor has it complete.
And he is going to have a Jags 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the 1st down. And that's what he just did.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. From the 41, Lawrence. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
It's a tried and true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he sensed being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete.
Lawrence.
Now that'll be tipped and intercepted.
Picked up by Rocky Sin. And the Raiders are going to take possession of the football. And, Charles, that's now 4 interceptions over his last 3 halves of football. Because, remember, he threw 3 picks last week.
Starting to wonder if maybe defenses and those coordinators have identified something on tape with what he's doing. Maybe a movement, maybe the way he's moving his shoulders. Who knows what it could be? He could have a few tells out there that they're keying in on and allowing defenses to get to the football a little bit faster. People steal signals. Maybe sometimes they can figure out what the quarterback's doing just by his movements.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
Well, they certainly knew their challenge as this series began, and they got to stop on play number 1. Goal now, get 2 more stops and limit the damage to a field goal.
On 2nd down, they'll run with White. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown.
Zamir White
with his 2nd touchdown here in this 1st half.
And the Raiders are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
This time, the extra point up and good. And the lead now stands at 13. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
Now a throw here to his running back. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. That's a gain of 13 as they try to whittle away at this 13-point deficit. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Lawrence going to keep this himself. And he is going to lose yardage here. They'll have to deal with a 2nd and 14 now after the loss. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Throwing on 2nd and 14. Lawrence. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And the Raiders call on a nickel set for 3rd down. Now Lawrence to throw. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 3rd catch of this first half for him, and this one is a 1st down.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first halves, but this is a nice throw here on 3rd down, and they keep the drive going.
And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. From just shy of midfield, Lawrence. And this, incomplete. He tried to check it down to his running back and nearly had the ball picked.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. Eighth play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on 3rd down. Draw play, Etienne. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48. And they'll try and throw for it with Lawrence. That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. And now this is going to depend on the spot. And they say he's just short. The Jags come up empty on 4th down. And the Raider D, they get the football back. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
Throwing on 1st down is Carr. They'll roll him out right. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
Partner, I think he's got to be careful as he continues to try to extend plays because he's already been intercepted in this game. And the coverage, they continue to challenge all of his receivers downfield.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. They'll go up the middle with White. Oh, and that one well designed as he'll take this down to the 30-yard line. 79 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here in this first half. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Option play, here's White. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
A 1-yard gain can look like a disaster, but it all depends on how the game is going. Is it a series of 1-yard gains running the ball? If that's the case, you might have to start thinking about throwing it a little bit more. But if it's just the occasional 1-yard run, hey, congratulations to the defense. They won that one. Come back and get them the next time.
Meanwhile, Carr's throw taken in by Adams. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. A good pickup there, 21 yards. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
And give him 5 that time as they draw a bit closer here for a 2nd and goal. Once again, it's White. And he's over the line and in for a Raider touchdown. Zamir White on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And that pushes the lead up to an even 20. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive.
Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Robinson with another carry.
He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they've bottled them up throughout the game because that was his longest run of this contest.
Once again, they'll keep it on the ground. And he's going to have a first down, but not sure it'll matter as the clock will continue to run. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
That's complete to Travis Etienne out of the backfield.
So he'll be stopped here for no gain. And it's 2nd down. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10.
Looking to throw, Lawrence.
Oh, this is going to be caught along the sidelines. Probably shouldn't have been caught. He's going to lose yardage there. It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play, and that'll make it 3rd and 13.
I believe I could see what they were trying to do there, but unfortunately, the back ran out of room, too close to the sideline. And for defenders, we're often taught, 11 on the field, those sidelines.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates.
And the Raiders are going to take possession of the football.
Well, CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. On second and very short, Carr. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left. Darren Waller, the intended receiver. And now it's third down. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the second down play, they burn the timeout, making him sweat out the final few ticks here in the second quarter. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we now go downstate to Orlando, check in with Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3 alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. This one taken just inside the 10. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. A run to begin the second half with White. They'll get this to the 24, and it's second down.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defense in front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
And he'll be stopped up at the 26 after a gain of only a couple. 2 yards on the first down carry, and then followed up by 2 yards on the second down carry.
Well, that's definitely not going to be enough to get the job done. Wasn't the expression 3 yards in a cloud of dust?
Now they're going to need 6 on third down to keep the drive going. Throwing his Carr on third down. And that will be incomplete. So no problems moving the ball in the first half, but they'll likely come up empty here on drive 1 of quarter 3.
And it was so important for the defense to get that stop, because what we witnessed in the first half was them getting run over. And they needed the confidence, and they needed to get off the field so they felt good going forward in this game.
It'll be a 44-yard punt. The return goes for 8. And the Jaguars go on offense, first down and 10. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. On first and 10, it's Lawrence. And down he goes. Brought down a Raider sack. So they'll accept that penalty, and that'll, of course, move the football up the field. Good starting field position for them here as they come up first and 10 at their 38. Now Lawrence. Oh, that's the third interception for Lawrence. Picked off by Nate Hobbs. And the Raiders are going to take possession of the football. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
They go with White on the counter. And good space to operate there as he takes this down inside the 35-yard line. 104 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Here's Carr. Got a man, it's Darren Waller. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. 23 yards on the play. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. To throw, it's Carr. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Carr got a man. It's Johnson. End zone. Touchdown, Raiders. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Raiders are an extra point away from going up by 30. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Jesse Bates. 20. 5. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score. Well, I mean, you get it. They're trying to make something happen here in this 3rd quarter, CD, but I don't think a pick 6 is exactly what they had in mind.
No, not at all, because this offense, they've been stuck all game long. Haven't dented the scoreboard yet, and they're kind of forced to take a few chances here, and that one, it backfired in a big way.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. A win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Maybe I'm wrong, but it looked like even if he had opted to keep that, I don't think there was going to be much to gain.
Seemed like it was perfectly defense. And know what they say? Those guys on the other side, they get paid too.
The pressure gets to Lawrence, and he'll go down. So now after the sack of Lawrence, the Jags looking at a 3rd and long. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's got his man on the crossing route. The slot man in motion right. They'll run for it with Robinson.
They nearly sprung him that time as he takes this all the way down to the 37.
A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert.
Oh, on the defensive side, that is so deflating.
Not only is it deflating, they've got to look in each other's eyes on that side of the ball and take each other's measure. You've got them backed up, perfect situation, and what they said to you on the other side is, we don't think you can stop us. Went ahead and got it in that position. That should never happen.
Down at the 35, it'll be 2nd down.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down.
Well, partner, they've certainly played up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
So 3rd down now. They need the 27-yard line for a first.
Here's Lawrence to throw.
Sliding out of the pocket. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter.
Here we go, here we go.
Here we go. Gotta have it. Lawrence.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Jags come up empty on 4th down. And the Raider D, they get the football back. A good starting spot for the Raiders as they come up 1st and 10 at their 38. They begin the drive on the ground. It's White. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
So 4th quarter, a nice run there to start this drive. Charles, what do you think the split will be here between run and pass?
Well, partner, I think it'll lean towards the run, but this is also not a time where you just totally do that. You still have to possess the ball, move the sticks, and keep the clock moving as well. So they'll run their offense, but yeah, when they have a chance to run it, they'll do that a little bit more.
31 yards there and a 1st down.
I can't help but laugh, and the only reason is anytime the backup breaks a big one like that, he's going to be hard to deal with in film, wanting to know why he's not getting starters carries.
That's what he's thinking. Great carry there. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. Give him a loss of 6 yards, and it brings up 3rd down.
Well, I would have figured after the 9-yard run on the previous play, getting 1 more yard wouldn't have been much of a problem. But apparently it was, and now it's 3rd down.
Play action. Now it's Carr. Able to find Waller. That's complete. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Partner, I have to tell you, just one word keeps coming to mind from watching them this afternoon, and that's impressive. They have been impressive from the opening kickoff, and they haven't let up here even into the 4th quarter.
And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal.
The yards may start getting a little tougher to come by down here near the goal line. That's good work defensively there on 1st down, holding them to a short gain.
One more time with Jacobs. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Josh Jacobs, a 6-yard touchdown run.
And the Raiders are about to make it 4 straight as they add to this 4th quarter advantage.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. as the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. This one taken just inside the 10.
The Jaguars take over a first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive.
Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry.
And now here is another interception.
Picked up by Divine Diablo.
And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score. Carlson now to add the extra point. And it's no good. It has not been his day. That's the second extra point he's missed so far. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away.
This is taken just shy of the 10. And he's all the way up across the 40 and down at the 42. Great return.
Even after that big-time return, it's not looking great for them today. But if nothing else, even if the miracle doesn't happen, they can turn to this play and say, hey, we can move forward. Maybe it's a building block for the rest of the season.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
Lawrence with the handoff to Robinson. And he'll be tackled right on the midfield logo. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. From midfield now, Lawrence finds the open target, Arnold. And he will have a Jaguars first down, and he's going to have it by plenty. Able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 2.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10.
Here's Lawrence.
Now the ball comes loose, and the Raiders pick it up. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return for 6 and a Raider touchdown. Carlson on for the PAT. Now, these have been no picnic for him so far. He's missed 2, but this one is good. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return.
From the 10.
The Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive.
To be frank, you really have to feel for them. This is appearing to not be their week yet again. So another loss in the cards as they trail big in quarter number 4.
Tackle made there by Bilal Nichols.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back there and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run. But the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
That's a gain of 3. Brings up
A play fake for Robinson. Now Lawrence. Man open, here is Jones. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. Nice third down conversion and even 20 yards.
Nice game there, partner, but you and I both know that won't do anything for the final score. They're not going to win this one. Right now they're playing for pride and fantasy points.
And just to erase that goose egg, nobody wants to be shut out. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. And they'll go again with Etienne. And he will get enough for a first down, and that will lead us to the 2-minute warning. On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and the Raiders pick it up. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line.
As they say, this game hasn't exactly been one for the books. I mean, we're into the 4th quarter here, and now this happens, another turnover. Not one that they're going to hold up and say, yeah, this has been a banner day.
Absolutely. Still sitting on 0. And they take a knee. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. And they will take a knee here. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock. Carr to throw for it on 4th down. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Andre Cisco. Just a lot going on there in the middle of the field, and this one winds up a turnover.
Yeah, they're running a crossing route here, and the idea of it is to get defenders confused about who to go with. But if you throw it too early, sometimes it's your quarterback that gets confused, and here he throws it into coverage and gets it intercepted.
Throwing now, Lawrence on 1st down. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, 2nd year in the NFL. But I don't know if last year as a rookie, if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that, so he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the 2nd-year quarterback.
And the hands team for the Raiders able to secure it. Now they're down big here in the 4th. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
Well, fans usually love to see scoring, and